rolled out. I did some precursor or preparatory research, and it looks like marbles, but 3D. Is that about accurate?
So it's a marble roller. It went into early access last March. Very mechanically inspired by Super Monkey Ball, but with a lot of sort of unique twists and a lot of special mechanics and a lot of different polish that we can sort of get into as the run happens, because it's sort of easier to explain stuff as it happens.
Absolutely.
Sort of with that visual guide.
And I heard that we just closed off the character choice on that, right? Rook the field unit, or
Rook the field unit. Okay, last I heard, Rook the field unit indeed is the character we were playing.
I'm looking at it. It looks like it's in the lead with 30 versus, I mean, I feel upset that the giraffe is behind with 25, but that is what it is showing me right now.
Well, I mean, just look at Rook's adorable face. She will be very good.
It's like if Toby Fox designed Mewtwo.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah. So, also, this run is going to be the challenge course, which is the longest and hardest of the official courses currently in the game. It's 75 stages. I'm going to play it warpless, meaning I'm not going to take any warp goals, so you're going to see all 75 stages.
I always love that.
I'm joined by lovely commentator. Slosh, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Slosh. I run this game a lot. It's really fun. Anyone interested in it should definitely play it.
Yeah. So I think with that, if everyone else is ready, I'm ready to start.
I'm already excited for this.
All right. Slosh, do you want to give a countdown?
All right. 3, 2, 1, get rolling.
Are you ready?
All right. So, two things right away that are going to sort of inform the way I move a lot is, one, this game reads inputs in a square shape instead of a circle. So diagonal inputs are stronger, so I'm going to move diagonally at the start of stages a lot so I can accelerate more quickly. And also I'm going to try to bounce off of things to go airborne, because when I'm in the air there's no friction, so I accelerate faster and I have a higher top speed.
I love the little dance that it does at the end of every stage.
Yeah. Okay, fun fact. Most of Rook's animations in Rollout came from a mod that the lead developer of Rollout made for Super Smash Bros. Melee to put Rook in the game. Also, really hard strat on the stage. Hopefully I'll get it first try. Very nice. That stage
That was really good.
It uses sort of sideways seesaws with spring pads, but I just sort of skipped the spring pads.
Cool skip on Worm here.
So that we have something to look forward to. You gotta have a favorite stage by now. Did we already pass it, or which one of these is like your personal, I love this one?
So, okay, so my favorite one in this run is actually stage 73. So we still have a while until we get there.
Freestyler.
Yeah. However, stage 10 is my favorite one in this first grass world, and so you'll get to see that when I get there. There's also kind of a hard
making me real uncomfortable with how you were hugging the inside curve of that stage you just finished.
Oh, it's beveled like that specifically so that you can do that. So then I just snuck in the side of the goal. This is Seesaw Obstacles. It's a little obstacle course using seesaws, hence the name. This is a stage that got nerfed pretty heavily in an update recently. It used to be much harder, but it's still a lot of fun. Just doing a couple little flips.
This stage used to be, all of the obstacles were half the size.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So here, bridge making, I'm supposed to like push this structure and then go up and then push it again and repeat. But I've just lined it up in such a way that ideally I will not have to realign it at all. gonna be close. Got it.
This feels like me when I'm trying to leave a parking garage after a big sports game.
Exactly.
I swear, they make the spirals for those cars way too small. It feels like I'm scraping the
It's
mirrors.
like you need
every
a
time I
spiral
leave.
car.
They need to do it like a space continuum where your car starts at the top and then it just stretches down the spiral, and then once it reaches the bottom, the back just shrinks until you're like a black hole spaghettification.
That would be a fun option. Also, a point that I want to get to before we get into this next world is each world in this game has differently shaped goals. And that is going to be very important in the next world that I'm coming up on. Here I moved off the starting platform in such a way that I can basically do the minimum number of bounces required for this stage. Okay. So now we move on to the second world, virtual reality. This introduces gravity floors.
And it also has a frisbee golf goal.
Yeah. Gravity floors, basically when you touch them, it changes the alignment of gravity. And this persists even when you stop touching them. So you can do all sorts of wild skips with them.
Oh, I'm gonna get sick.
Here on Worm, I'm going to move backwards, touch this gravity floor, and fall all the way to the goal.
That was a really good IGT, too.
Yeah.
And this is only possible because the goal active zone extends above like the actual floor.
Yeah, basically instead of being sort of the gate-shaped goals that were in the first world, it's just this huge, like, this large cylinder, basically, and as long as you pass through it, you get the goal.
Interesting.
So, like, here, I sort of really made use of that. On Wheelie Weird, I'm going to try to hit a cycle. Beautiful stage name, by the way. Going to move across these corners to meet this. That was a good time.
Nice.
Oh, this hurts. This
Moving-
physically hurts.
Moving along those curved checkers on the right path is actually a lot harder on Wheelie Weird than Susie made that look. That was really clean execution.
Now we're on Bent Clip.
6 lives, 9 coins. Nice.
So now we're on Bent Clip. It's this long, winding gravity
Aw.
surface, and because there's gravity... Yeah, I'm at the goal. Coming up on Change of Pace. This is an interesting stage. It's sort of this maze with gravity floors, but if I just drop down here, I hit the ceiling. Okay. I'm gonna try that again. I hit the ceiling again. I totally missed the gravity floor. That's okay. This is probably like the second hardest strat that I've had up to this point in the run. Usually I get it before now, though. There we go.
Yeah, Change of Pace has 2 different strats that you can go for. The one Susie went for is a little bit harder, but a solid second or 2 faster than the other one.
Coming up
It's
on Pop
definitely worth
Quiz.
going for.
Pop Quiz has a sort of 2-part skip. This first part's the harder one. Got it second try, which is pretty good. And now we're 3 virtual reality. So, since we're on to Desert Ruins, Slosh, do you want to explain Holy Ascension?
Sure. So Holy Ascension is the next stage that Susie's going to be playing. It's a staircase full of holes. You
Thanks.
can just sort of drive straight up the staircase if you line yourself up right. It is
I can't this time.
incredibly difficult to get the alignment right. As what happened there, Susie just unfortunately was very, very slightly off-centered for the first clip and got too much height. If you get too much height, you're probably going to lose the speed that you need to just sort of glide up the stairs.
Yeah, I got enough bounce out of it, though, that it wasn't really worth resetting, so I was able to just finish on that attempt. Desert Ruins is probably the world in this run that I'm the worst at. After this, it becomes much smoother sailing for a while.
Have you still managed to hold on to any stage clear records for any of these? I noticed the times along the left side.
Yeah, so I should elaborate on that actually. This game has an automatically updating official leaderboard, and it can display the top 18 times or scores on any official stage in-game, or you can go to scores.rolledoutgame.com and see the top 100 times and scores for every stage and course. Currently, as far as I know, I have the untied IL record on exactly one stage, and it's actually coming up here. It's stage 35.
Drum roll in chat, please.
Yeah, so coming up on Watch Your Step, the stage gets totally overhauled like every patch, and every single time there's a different skip kind of like this. But after that, these next two stages are my favorite pair of consecutive stages in the run. The first of them is Pattern. It's one of the most like technical movement-based stages in the whole course.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't the cleanest, but it was still first try. And now Pyramid of Pain is...
Hey, let's go!
It's this massive gauntlet with a 3-minute timer. You're probably thinking, how do you do this in a way that's at all fast? And the answer to that is, it has moving parts.
Oh my god.
And now, we move on to Foggy Mountains. Slosh, do you want to explain the mechanics introduced in Foggy Mountains?
Sure. So this stage introduces, I think that stage introduces wormholes or portals. Pretty much you pass through one and you go out the exit wormhole. And this stage also introduces the wind mechanic, which is just wind. It pushes you around in a set direction. On that stage, it pushes you up, so you fall a little bit more slowly. On Treacherous Trot, it blows in several different directions. Starts out blowing in straight in your face, then from behind, and then sideways, so that way you can go up on these super steep ramps.
Treacherous Trot is also one of my favorite stages. It just has a really nice flow to it. So here I just used those wormholes to build up some speed so I could get up that ramp. Just going to do some bouncing around the side, but we are coming up on another one of these sort of wormhole momentum stages a few from now. And basically, it's actually the next one after this. It's called Conservation. I'm supposed to like use wormholes to build up speeds to get to the goal, but I'm going to try a strat that will allow me to not use the wormholes at all. Basically, I'm going to pull back. I don't have to do this. It just makes it a little bit easier. Build up speed, pull away from the wall so I don't have friction on it slowing me down. And there we go.
That strat is significantly harder if you don't do the pullback at the start, and it honestly only saves about a second, so pulling back, in my opinion at least, is definitely a safer and smarter option for a full course run.
I have to wonder, for people like you who run this and like know this game inside and out, does it end up like affecting your balance ability in real life too? Like when you go on a subway train and everyone starts leaning really heavily, are you just like, does time slow down for you?
To be honest, I don't have particularly good balance in real life.
Neither do I. Foursquare not gonna play that stage. Wormhole.
Yeah, that's I totally glossed over that. That's like a puzzle level using seesaws and wormholes, but I just sort of bounced across it. Here we're into the ice cave. This introduces ice floors, and you're probably thinking, oh no, ice in this kind of game, that probably doesn't sound fun, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. The way it is used in the level design is absolutely brilliant. It's all there so that like you can just use it to build up a ton of speed and go really fast and do all sorts of cool jumps and stuff. And it's basically like another tool at the player's disposal instead of being just a thing that makes the game harder.
Also, something that I would like to mention real quick. Susie is running challenge Warpless, and she just played stage 48. That had out of 75, that had the first warp goal of the run. The amount of stages that appear in Warpless that you skip in warps is only 4. So regardless of if you're playing warps or warpless, you are still playing over 70 stages in challenge.
Do they plan to add more stages later on, or it just seems like a small number of stages to potentially skip?
So I don't
uh,
know if the order of this particular course is going to get changed at all. The other courses in the game, Cozy, Standard, and Basic, all skip a higher proportion of stages.
Okay.
It's just sort of like the stages that are here. Also, I'm going to go for the harder strat on this stage once. Got it, okay.
Oh, nice. That was beautiful.
The stages that are here just happen to be ones that aren't quite as suited to having extra goals places. There I'm using the ice to skip that whole stage. Hey, since I'm coming up on it, Slosh, do you want to
Oh no.
do you want to explain everyone's favorite stage, Cut Floors?
Okay, so Cut Floors is a stage in the Haunted Grounds world where the floors are cut. There are tons and tons of holes in them.
It's a very
You can-
famous level.
You can do a lot of clipping off of the holes to build up a lot of speed. And here's a fun fact about this stage. This is currently the only base game stage in the entire game where
What?
we do not have video footage of the IL world record. Recently, a few community members have been going through and trying to compile video footage of every single base game IL record. And Cut Floors is the only one that we have left to get a video of. It is an absolute monster. I myself and several other top-level ILers have spent literally hours on this stage, and we have not been able to match the 114.541.
It fell through the floor.
541.
It fell through one of the floor holes. That's the only explanation.
Yeah, that's a pretty safe assumption, I think.
Wait, going by chat, that might have just changed. Did someone get it?
Wait, did that change?
Slosh, can you check if someone got it? Anyway, I did end up going for the safer backup strat on Cut Floors because I only very recently learned the full skip.
Chat's saying that Noin just got it.
Oh my God.
N-O-I-N.
Shoutouts to Noin. Wow.
Great job, Noin. Wow.
I just watched that clip. That was phenomenal.
What time?
114. It was a little bit blurry for me. I think because of watching everything else. I think it was a .566.
Okay. So this stage.
So now we have every IL record on video.
Yeah. All right. So coming up on safe zones, I'm going to do a slightly slower strat. This is kind of strange. Okay. Basically, you can do a faster thing where you sort of just fly through it, and it's about 1.25 seconds faster than that. But it's not necessarily consistent because sometimes the walls at the start of the stage just decide to kill you for no reason. So basically, I paused at the start to see exactly when I started. Because there are a few different ways that slower strat can play out depending on exactly when you start. So, we're on to the last world, Heavenly Chamber. This is a return to like the hard stages, I think, when the 3 worlds prior to this were sort of easier. Actually, there are 2 particularly scary stages that are left. One of them is stage 69, one of them is stage 75.
Yeah, so in my opinion, the biggest run killer of all of Challenge is literally the last stage.
Oh, that was a
Nice.
beautiful
That was a really
sunken
good
wire.
sunken wire.
Back and forth. This is a really fun, just sort of like pure movement type stage. It used to be in the standard course, but it got moved to challenge because it was too hard for standard. That's one that I practiced a lot.
You said your personal favorite was number 73?
Yeah. It's called Freestyler.
That used to be my old AOL nickname. I kid you not.
Nice. It's... I also do a strat on it that's significantly harder than usual and saves maybe half a second, but it looks cool.
Oh, that's trippy.
It
The
does
stage
look
is
very
awesome.
cool. It does look very cool, but it's much closer to something more along the lines of the IL.
Here we go. Oh, that's not how that was supposed to go.
Good save! Wow! That was amazing.
Beautiful.
Oh, that was beautiful.
I'm gonna do a little cycle skip here. And so now we are on to the final stage. So time is going to be when I pass through the goal on this stage. It's a massive stage with an equally massive skip. I'm going to try the full skip twice, and if I don't get it, I'll go for something a little bit safer, but it is a marathon, so I want to give this a couple tries. That is not what I'm looking for. Okay. And I was able to save it.
Wow, that was nice.
Woo! Oh, what a way to kick this off. That was impressive.
Thanks. 1927 IGT is not bad. Wow. A lot of things happened in that run. So, yeah, shout outs to the rolled out speedrunning community. Shout outs to the rolled out developers, SkyMap Games, Polar Bike Games. And thanks to Fastest Furs for having us here. You know, thanks to both commentators for, you know, being here, helping with talking, and went a lot better than I expected.
That was a really good run. GG's.
Thanks. Yeah, if you watch this run and you like this game, you want to try it out, it's on Steam. It's only $20. I highly recommend it. It has a lot of content already, and it's still getting updated. There's going to be multiplayer. There's going to be more courses.
There's
all sorts of stuff.
There's going to be party games.
There's also a very active modding scene. A lot of people making their own custom levels, myself included.
And myself included as well.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, that's all for me. So, yeah.